Welcome to 5B1C, a City Skylines 2 collaboration where multiple creative minds come together to build a city that celebrates diversity, style, and just a few calculated risks. We started with a blank canvas designed by Uncle Ron, a map-making maestro who set the stage for a city we're somehow hoping to keep under control. First on the scene was Zardas laying down the base of the fine metropolis. Then he handed things over to Bill Silverlight, who added French flair with some jaw-dropping detail across two islands. Très magnifique, Bill. After Bill's fine handiwork, the baton went to Slitter, who turned the French charm dial up to the max. And now, well, now it's my turn. Armed with the brand new German region pack, I'm diving in to give our city a dash of German efficiency. Or at least I try to. So let's get building. Obviously, I had to start with getting an entrance to my little area, and I started by putting down this lovely trumpet interchange. I really like this one. I love using it in my cities. Connecting everything up, and of course, not just a highway connection is needed, but I also needed to connect the city with a different road. So I used this existing road that was here already, and I sort of just gently curved in there and used that as well to get another connection to my area. I picked out this little area by the river, which I think looks really, really nice. I definitely wanted to add in a train station, so here I'm finicking around with the rails, and of course there is a rail station in the German pack which I decided to use, obviously, and here I'm just connecting up the rails, the tracks, everything looking pretty good, adjusting some stuff here and there, but then we are good to go. And here comes the train station, the German train station. Very, very nice building. I love to use that, and I think the rails by the water here look really, really good. Started on that initial road layout here, I'm using the train station to sort of base the road layout on it. Obviously, there would be a lot of parking lots near the train station, and there is another little area which we'll get back to later, but here comes the initial road layout. I think it turned out pretty good. I was very happy with it, and yeah, for the German pack, I think it fit very well, but you can be the judge of that, so just have a look later on as we progress through this build. Obviously, needed to upgrade some roads here and there, needed to make them more nice looking, more efficient for what we're doing here. And yeah, always love the trees with the grass lined roads right there. Decided to add a walking path here next to the river behind the rail yard. I think that is looking really cool, and we're going to detail that up much later. Started putting in the first buildings from the German pack. Obviously, there are some mods that we use, that I used, the classic ones, find it, to get all of the buildings of the German buildings, move it, anarchy, and I believe a line tool I also used. Plop the globals, of course, otherwise this wouldn't work. And that is how I am able to place these buildings. So that was the initial start, the train station and the buildings, and then moving on to some more commercial. I think we go with the commercial here, or do we? Yeah, some commercial shops in there. Commercial shops, some commercial buildings, some shops. And here I do a lot of moving the buildings around to make them look the way I want to. And yeah, it was a bit finicky, but in the end, I think it turned out really good. But again, y'all can be the judge of that. I decided to also place some vanilla base game shops in there as well, just to get a bit more variety in there. Along the train tracks, I thought, you know, shops would be a pretty good idea in there. Another little parking lot in here, and then we were left with this little space there by the road. I was wondering what I should put in there, and then I remembered I took heavy inspiration from Bill Silverlight and his custom little marketplace. And I thought, yeah, let's go. We're gonna put in a marketplace. So I found the, so I put down the ground part there, and then I found some of the food stalls here. Obviously, I had to adjust them, and as we go along here. But I think, yeah, I was trying to look for some props to use, but there's not that many in the game, so we only have a couple of them to work with. So I basically just rinse, repeat, used those. But I think in the end, it was so worth it. The marketplace is looking really, really good, and in Germany, you definitely have these weekly, mostly weekly marketplace in larger cities where, yeah, you can just shop for groceries and all that good stuff. And I think this one, yeah, it turned out really, really good. There we have it, placed all the, well, the market stalls, the buildings, marketplaces, however you want to call it, and then came to some decorations. Well, I put down even another row of market buildings. Food stalls are what they called in the game. And yeah, that's just exactly how you would see something like that. I'm putting down some signs, not that big though. I was trying to find some billboards and stuff. And I found these cute little signs, and I thought, yeah, these are perfect, actually. These are really, really cool. That's how this would look. And then, of course, some more decorating with some trees. And I decided, you know what, since they're just like in the ground, why don't we use these planters to basically have them man-made, be planted in there, and you would have these planters where the trees would grow out of. And I thought it looked really cool. I also placed some bushes in there just to give it a bit of a, you know, more natural feel to it. A bit of a customization, if you will. There it is, the marketplace. I really like it. Onto the road from the train station, and I decided to go with these these regular shop buildings, these a bit of higher buildings right there. I think they look really, really good in there. And then I saw this like bland house wall there, and I was like, what can I do? And I found these billboards, and I was like, yes, advertising on buildings. That's a thing, right? So you would drive with the train, and you could see the advertising, the billboards on the buildings. And I think it looks really, really good. The good thing is here I was able to type GER in the find it search field, and I would just find all of the German packs, which is really, really good. And it's really, really sad that we don't have like pictures of the buildings, because it's a lot of just like click what do I want, click how does this look, and just like trying stuff out. So it did take a lot of time placing all those buildings individually. I think I did one test where I zoned a block with the German pack, but it didn't it just didn't look good. And so I was like, all right, back to placing buildings manually. And that is just what I did for this entire thing, placing the buildings manually. This surface tool, I really like it, but as you can see here, I'm struggling with it quite a bit. So sometimes I just don't know how to really place the surfaces. So they're really, it's annoying. It's annoying at times. Some more decorations in front of the buildings, and I think this looks really, really good. The German buildings are a delight. If they were a tad bit better to find it, but no, like it's really hard for the mod makers, mod creators to do all this stuff. So it's a lot of work, and usually they have a full-time job also, so they go to work regularly, and they can't just work on mods all day. So yeah, I love this little roundabout here with the 3 buildings I placed there and have them like slanted. And that gives me like I do this like 4 more times in this in this build. And so yeah, just like that. Just wait until you see. So little nooks and crannies in here I detailed up with pavilions, gazebos. You got some fountains, benches to sit by and just gaze upon the beauty of these little corners. Whoop, place that building back. There we go. Really like how it looks, honestly. And that's something you would see in Germany as well. Obviously, then we have like a regular park just also put into the mix. So not everything is custom. Not every little area, nook and cranny is custom made. I also used some of the vanilla park assets, the base game assets. And there we go. You know, just some trees in there and it looks really good. I love these like little corners in here. Then it was basically just rinse and repeat, finding buildings, placing them, and that is how this next area came to be. I made a bit of a jump cut there, otherwise the video would be way too long. As you notice, I've already, I'm on 5, put this ×5 the speed all the time just to sort of show everything that I wanted to show, and you just saw the little roundabout with the buildings around it again. Yeah, I did that a lot. So again, more, bland walls and putting in some billboards next to the park might be a good idea for advertising, a good space for advertising. I really enjoyed placing down all the buildings. Again, I just wish I would up front see what building it is, what building I have to work with. Although it was a bit, yeah, it was, again, just, you click, you place, is that the one I want? No, how's it look? You can see it right here. It was like, until you find one that you're happy with, but it's fine, it's fine. And look at that, it looks so good. The German pack looks really, really nice. I'm so glad I was able to work with it. It's free, by the way. And yeah, then of course, Germany, German corners, we need our soccer. We love our soccer, national sport, or football for some of you. I like to call it soccer. And I just decided to decorate the soccer stadium a bit more. Then I wanted the pedestrian crossing to be not on the actual intersection here, but a bit further in the back. It worked pretty good. And here you see me struggling with the surface tool again. I can't with this tool. I don't know why. It's something I don't know. It just feels wonky to me. But I thought that was kind of a cool touch here. I thought I could maybe, yeah, get rid of the parking decal, but no, can do. And so I left it like that. But I thought, it's actually fine. It's actually fine that you have this pedestrian crossing right next to the parking lot to go to the stadium. Obviously, you would want to fence off those rail tracks, those train tracks. And then I saw this abandoned building. I was like, hey, I got an idea. So for the little roundabout here, which I intended initially to just be a parking lot, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have these castle ruins and make it like an attraction? So I'm putting in a walking path, and it's sort of supposed to be like you can go there, you can check out the ruins, maybe you can learn something about the history of this area of the city with these castle ruins. You got the old abandoned cemetery in the back as well. That could have initially been from the castle. And I also did this lookout point here, which I think is really, really great. Looks amazing. And then I was like, okay, what do we do with this little roundabout here? And of course, shops. People need places to shop. They could be restaurants. And I did take my time with it. It was, again, I was trying to find the perfect look for me. and the perfect balance of buildings. And then I go again with the surface tool. I'm like, I just can't. Like, the surface tool is my kryptonite. This is my, I just, yeah, so I just decided to take everything out and just, like, do the surface again entirely, placing more buildings just to give it a bit of a small cozy vibe in here, and do everything over again, because why not? And there we go, with some detailing, some more trees later. This is how it looked. Very, very nice. And then it was on to placing more buildings in the main area. And I definitely wanted to use the unique building, this German epic mall place. And then I had this this corner to work with. And I like to think of this as the Deutsches Eck right here. These two buildings here, really, really cool. Again, surface tool. So I can't with the surface tool, but there we go. That is what I thought for that. And what's really cool, you'll see here in a second. First, we do some decorating on the German corner here. There we go. Super, super nice. Then I thought, okay, for in the back, now what can we do? I found this big building, and I found that once I turned it, it actually had road access. So I was like, whoa, this is actually epic. And I just left it like that, put in some walking paths and some trees. And then I did the same thing on the other side with a larger building as well. I just flipped it, and it had road access all of a sudden, which was really, really great. Was it this one, or was it a different one? I guess it was a different one, yeah. But these, all of a sudden, they're connected to the road, which is really great. So I scooched it with Move It and added some trees in there. Added another building in that tight little corner right there. See, I moved it again. Just a one tile wide building there. And wow, epic. But then again, we were left with these walls, these empty walls. And of course, we got some more billboards. And I was trying to find the best way to actually get them. And so, yeah, but I found these, and with Move It and of course Anarchy, you can really, really make this like, oh my God, it looks so good. I think it looks really, really good, the advertising. I was like, yeah, that's not enough. I can put some more in there. So yeah, we got the advertising, and I think it looks really good. It just it's like an extra bit of, detail to cover up those white plain walls there. Then did that on the other side as well, and voila, we have the German little corner here. I think it looks really good. It was time to detail a bit next to the train tracks and the initial walkway that we planted in earlier. So that's what I did here. I loved using these rocks, these boulders, and yeah, it was so much fun. And I think the result is really, really worth it for what I did here. And that is how I left it, with some boulders and some trees. I think everything just looks a lot better. Does it make sense in real life? Probably not, but you know what? This is a game, so that's why I'm going with that. And yeah, some fencing for the train tracks and more trees, and everything looks good. Then sadly, I have to show you this last bit just like that without a speed build, because I had multiple crashes of the game and the area was completely gone. It was not saved. I spent so much time in there. And so I had to rebuild it, and yeah, I lost the footage. And so yeah, this is where I'm just showing you the end result basically of the last corner that I filled out. In here we have the parking garage, more buildings with the roundabouts, buildings with gardens in the background, custom gardens as well, buildings all scrunched up together. And I think that turned out really, really great. I loved working with the German pack. It was really, really nice. I love the billboards. Again, it is so much fun to use them to decorate the walls. And here we have my entire build, the entire area. Once again, every little nook and cranny, I think, turned out so good. I enjoyed building this, even with the crashes from the game. It was actually okay. It was okay. So yeah, let me know what you think about this build, about my build, about the German pack. It's free, as I said. It dropped just now. And yeah, let me know. Are you going to be using this as well in your cities? Next up, the save in 5B1C goes to the one and only Tim Meister, and I can't wait to see what Tim Meister has in store for us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to all the builders involved in this amazing collaboration. Massive shoutouts to Zardis for putting everything together. The playlist is also linked in the description below. Go check out the videos if you haven't already. This is Flyvox signing out. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and please stay safe out there. Bye-bye.